Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Bargain Bin, a show about speed running games all under $20. My name is Midnight Vesper, and I will be your host for this show. If you're new here, well, this is how it works. For more current/digital games, we'll be using digital stores like Steam, GOG, itch.io, Ubisoft, etc. to look at the pricing there. And as for some like the retro games, we're going to be using the pricecharting.com and looking at the loose price of the game. We do not count any sales or discounts as they vary from time to purchase. Couple announcements real fast. Summer Games Done Quick 2021 is July 4th through the 11th. Game submissions are going to be open March 31st until April 11th. Be sure to prep your submissions if you'd like to be a part of Summer Games Done Quick 2021 from the comfort of your own home. Speaking of Summer Games 2021, if you are interested in volunteering, our volunteer submissions will be open soon. You can check gamesdonequick.com for more information on those dates. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube and would like to support our live content, please consider checking out our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/GDQ. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe to any Twitch channel of your choice every month for free. Please consider using your Prime gaming account to subscribe to the GDQ Twitch channel. On today's show, it's all about Disney. 5 games under $20 each. We got Chippendale Rescue Rangers on the NES, co-op of Goof Troop on the Super Nintendo, the always popular Aladdin and Lion King, and we kick things off with Cars on the PC. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our first runner, Tap W. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. A little nervous because this is my second time doing a marathon, and the first one was small. This is Cars, a racing game, if you could not figure that out. It's got a lot to it, a lot more than you'd expect out of a game based on Cars. And I'm here today with Jack 8.
Hello, everybody. Yes, my name is Jack 8, or Pop Jack 8 on Twitch. Thank you all for joining us today.
Alright, this is any percent glitchless of the compact variety. So, first off, compact is a abridged version of the normal game. So, there are less required events or optional events, meaning the game is a lot shorter. So, without further ado, I think I'm going to start now. And go.
I am.
Alright, so the first thing you're going to notice about this run is this. That is
off-tracking.
Yeah.
Where essentially, when you drive off the track, you're told you're off track, and after a little bit of time, or by pressing a button, you'll be reset back onto the track. We use this a lot in glitchless in order to save some time because it puts you further ahead in the track.
Further ahead and with speed.
Yeah.
Which nullifies the time loss, or dampens the time loss rather from,
I would argue
losing
nullifies it
speed.
with the other thing that you do, which is power slide boosting.
Yeah, which is the little wiggling that you see. It's very slight. Like,
so you have the ability in this game called Power Slide, where you can take a turn tighter. But with it, if you do a Power Slide and then quickly end it, you'll actually gain a speed boost. And you keep doing that over and over again to keep your speed up as high as possible. Right now, that's only about 160, 165 miles an hour. But later on, we'll get a boost bar, which will allow us to go even faster, especially when we combine it with Power Slide boosting. I can see you're being a little bit safe here with the off tracks. You're not doing the one with docks building.
Yeah, before this marathon, I only practice safe off tracks or off tracks that wouldn't lose time or accidentally cause me to do
real competitive about this stuff, aren't
one
you?
of the biggest game-breaking glitches.
Yeah. So normally, on this main straight here, he'd do a off track right about now.
I would do 2 in a row. one before the finish line, and one like at the finish line, and then behind it.
Yeah, except on the last lap, where that would be the one on the medical center would be the only one you do. And that was the first race. Now we're moving on to the second one. Oh, we're not a great start to that one.
Well, I got the off track. It was at least fine.
Yeah. The line was just kind of awkward, that's all. You want to speed run planes? I mean, I guess if the hotfix crew decides they want to do planes next, somehow, then maybe. I don't run planes. Do you run planes, Cap? No, okay.
I don't own planes on anything.
I own planes on Wii.
I'm sorry.
So I could do it, but I'm probably not going to.
I'm sorry you own a game that has one
Don't
run.
try this at home.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Those arrow hitboxes are a lot larger than you think they are.
Yeah. That's why I don't like them.
We need to pay respect to crews in USA. Why is everybody say curse? I'm not sure.
Oh. Messed up that. Oops.
Apparently the tractor tipping minigame is broken on the PC version. Would you say it's broken, Tap?
I mean, there's like mechanical problems with it, but
it is very dark on the PC version, I'll say that much. I guess that might be what they mean, because it's really hard to see.
It's dark on all versions, I think.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's darker on the PC version, honestly, I think. I can at least somewhat see on the console versions.
I mean, have you played the Xbox version? Which this version is based off of?
I've seen it, it looks fine.
I guess that's my limited knowledge of other versions.
Apparently there's a cursor in the middle of the screen. That must be the wrench mouse that pops up. I wouldn't mind that too much, guys. It's just kind of a thing.
Oh, that's my cursor.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, the mouse, essentially.
That's...
It pops up during menus, but it's not going to show up during
like,
gameplay, so it's
the actual
PC
PC mouse. That's
yeah.
not bad.
Like I said, it's not going to interrupt gameplay, though. Or block gameplay. Doing the main menu warp here.
Yeah, main menu warps
I'm
always
still
fun.
not entirely sure if this is faster or not. Though, then again, I guess it depends on load time.
I missed the marker. Oops.
Yeah, that was pretty off.
Alright, time for Mater stealth.
They're asking if you can make the cursor bigger. They care so much about this mouse of yours. Also, apparently, Dreamstick is here.
Alright, I got a plan. Don't worry. It's like a really big... something where... like...
Okay, that'll be interesting to see. Also got the two tractors in one there. That's a pretty hard one to do. Getting the two tractors, one on the slope, one next to the slope, because the walls of the slope are essentially they're walls, so you can't. You have to go a really precise angle in order to go up the slope and get both tractors.
Oh.
Oops. And we don't want to do more than one tractor tipping level. We want to do one level and then we want to go to the next event. So that was the big
doing
chance.
one level of any event, if it progresses.
Yeah, of any big game, not just that one. Of any big game. And there's Straight Sticker. Hey, how's it going?
Of tractor tipping and of Luigi to the rescue in this game size. end of Sarge's boot camp in full size.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so apparently they're seeing both the wrench and the regular computer mouse. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oops.
Usually with my, if I display the cursor, it just displays the special one. I wonder why it's displayed both.
That's because I didn't configure anything, right?
Maybe.
So my apologies for that.
It's fine. Like I said, it doesn't pop up until menus, so...
It appears on gameplay. So right over.
I'm not sure what you're asking, Ilion.
I still got it.
Yes, Diana, this was also on GameCube.
Yeah, this was on GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and had updated releases on Xbox 360 and Wii.
Slubba wants me to explain the mechanics more, so let me think of other mechanics. So,
I'm bad.
Okay, I screwed that crack up.
I guess I could go ahead and talk about something that'll come up a little bit later, tilt boosting? Or, well, okay, so
It's
first
in the
you
next
have...
event.
Yeah, so you have an ability, in addition to power slide, you can also use tilts to do faster turns by, like that right there. That was a tilt. However, it normally would slow you down a lot if you just like tilt and hold the tilt while you're turning. But when you land a tilt, after a tilt, you can gain a speed boost. It's not as much as a power slide boost, but it's still enough to warrant using in a certain event. Here we to this race, we can be closer to the Pista Cup race. The first Pista Cup race, on Mile Speedway. Casually, these are probably the most boring races of the game, but they can be kind of interesting with a speed run. Ooh, that was a bad hit there.
Yeah, that's
And another one.
an apology. I am
Not really anywhere to go. You have to kind of avoid the tire racks there. But anyways, tilt boosting. What's happening?
Okay, that is my fault. I was
there you go. Okay, so
cursor. There.
And there goes
yeah, so here we go. Tilt boosting. If you just mash the tilt like this, you just gain a bunch of speed boosts.
Yeah.
We have to use tilt boost here.
because-
Well, yeah, not mash tilt, but you get what I mean. If you press tilt and you let go of it, you get a speed boost.
You have to gently mash it.
Yeah. So we use tilt boost because we can't power slide or use the boost meter here. So this is basically the only thing we can do to keep our speed up. But as you can see, it does a pretty good job of keeping our speed up because we stay at above 190 when we enter straightaways, and we can enter 200 miles per hour, even potentially reach 202 miles per hour like you see all right there.
Yeah. On certain races, we can max out at like 205.
Yeah, they can be really fast. Sometimes the AI like to mess with you. For example, as you saw right there, you saw that black smoke. That was not a weird occurrence. That is something that can happen in the game. You can see black smoke either due to a CPU spinning out or even just randomly. It can block your view. And not to mention also the fact that CPUs have such a hard-coded line. This isn't as much of an issue on road races, but it's an issue here because as you see, the CPUs are constantly around you. If you ram into them, you can hardly knock them off their line. But if they run into you, they can more than easily spin you out and take you out. Make you waste a bunch of time.
Yeah, they're fairly rigid, but in most cases, it's not enough to like destroy you. It's only enough in one race, which you play later in the run.
Yeah.
And I will complain about it then, because it is bad, and I don't like it.
the CPUs also, because they're constantly surrounding you, can sometimes just block your line. And that also pretty much sucks. As you saw in the beginning of the race, there really wasn't entirely a lot of places to go, because you don't want to hit the inside wall or the little tire racks at the end of the inside wall.
Thankfully, the inside area is wide enough to allow me to slip by for the most part. It is not the same in, again, future race that I don't like. But we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, we'll get there soon enough.
I would say I like the effects of the audience. I know like the whole concept of cars, but like when you pass it, there's like that little 3D detail which I really like.
Yeah, those are 2D sprites though, believe it or not. So yeah, they did a really good job making it look 3D, honestly.
Yeah, this is a late PS2 era game, so it was like when people were really starting to get familiar with the hardware, and Rainbow Studios, the developers, like knew themselves all that there was to know about the 6th generation. So they put a lot of their graphical expertise into this game. Makes it look really nice, especially on piston cups.
Yep.
Kind of what you mentioned a second ago about the plate, or if it was like a later PlayStation 2, and I know it's on PC. What's the best version to speedrun this game?
PC, without a doubt.
For speedrunning PC,
yeah,
it's got almost no load times. And when you reset from off track,
you don't float in the air.
You don't float in the air.
As well. On all console versions, you float for a tiny bit.
You float in the air, and on all console versions, there's like a fade out timer.
Yeah.
And so it loses like a second on every off track. And considering there's like at least 4 per race and 9 races, 9 road races, that is, that's like 52 seconds of time loss. Not 52, 30 seconds of time loss. Just on off tracks.
Here comes Lightning McQueen. Just look at him moving aside. Didn't I pass you already?
Yes, there is a way to finish without going to the pits. That's another thing. In these Piston Cup races, you have a mini game where you can do a pit stop. But guess what? We don't do it.
We don't do it.
It's useless.
It's useless because by the time you run out of all of your tire tread at the bottom right, you wear your tires all the way down, it just resets back to 0. So you have full turning ability when you run out of it.
Yeah.
Which is what fixing your tires is supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt. So, like I said, these races are probably the worst part of the game, honestly, casually. I don't like any of the Piston Cup races, save for one. And that one that I like isn't even in this run. We skip it because it's not in the compact version of the game. So... And the only reason I like it is because it's the shortest one. Anyways, we finished the first Piston Cup race, so now we're about to get our first bar of boost, boosted with Fillmore.
Yeah, boost is not so much a game changer as it is like an amplification of what you can do, and you'll see what I mean by that. So those power slide boosts just get ramped to the extreme as soon as you get boost.
Yeah. So essentially, when you boost at the same time as your power slide boost happens, you get a huge speed boost. And you can also just keep tapping the boost button to just keep having it refill, because if you use it up all the way, it takes a little bit of time before it starts refilling. But if you don't use it up all the way, it immediately starts refilling.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
I like Saber Star says they like the course steep banks. That's the one I like.
Who's bad? I'm bad.
It's not that the racing is the worst part of a race game, it's that the racing in the oval tracks is the worst part of the game.
See, I kind of like them. I don't like Palm Mile because it really is the most boring part of the game. At least in
I thought you didn't like a certain other track either, though.
Well, I don't like it for different reasons.
Then you don't like it.
Yeah. But I think, like, in terms of game design, they cap off the chapters really well.
Yeah.
Who's bad?
So while they may be boring just casually, they work. They do a job that, and they succeed.
Real name agrees with me. Mayor National's the better version of this game.
Yeah, well, he agrees with the wrong opinion.
I'm bad.
Oh, hey, come on now. Don't be like that. The only reason why this game got in first is because it has actual cool stuff in it. And because it's the actual movie game, not like Mayor National.
Yeah. That's why it's the game for enjoyers.
No, see, now there's a wrong opinion. Someone likes Cars too.
Ka-chow. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dream Seeker once again explaining off tracks, so depending on where you reset with off tracks, you get put really far ahead. So.
Hey, no problem.
Do you remember
It
the
was an
second
honor
game
to
being
be
better
here.
in which regard? Or day? Or however you say that. Sorry if I butchered that.
Oh.
Yeah, casually,
I-
this game is quite easy. I'm forgetting a route.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm just enjoying the warping because
Hey,
like
nice paint.
I feel like if I blink, I miss something.
Yeah. Anyways, here's the other mini game that we do: Luigi to the rescue.
Yeah, so here it's basically just collecting a bunch of tires as fast as possible, getting back to the store.
Here, I
Okay,
forgot to
all
play
time.
American marching band music, so I'm going to talk as much as I can. Or, like,
Yeah,
Again,
apparently this
yeah.
music is copyrighted, which I didn't even realize. So I'm also going to try to talk as much as possible and as loud as possible to make sure it doesn't get heard over any of us talking right now. Okay, so how are we doing? How are we doing right now?
we're doing great. This is a very
All right, sounds
fun and
good,
interesting
sounds good.
segment.
Yep, it sure is. It sure is. All right, we're about to head back to the store. Let's hurry it up. Come on, Luigi, go. You got this. You got this, Luigi. You go, you go, you go, you go, you go, you go. You made it. Woo! Woo, woo, woo!
He,
We did
he
it.
does like to.
We did it, we did it, we did it. Hurry up, music, stop. Hurry up, hurry up. There we go. Okay. That was annoying. I had to keep that high-pitched voice up.
Chow.
Pizza time, indeed.
Yeah, it's like Pizza Time music if it were in higher quality. Like the lost HD recording of Pizza Time.
One for the fans.
Was there a difference from third and first-person view? Well, yeah. Third-person view is third-person view. First-person view is first-person view.
Yeah. We don't use first person view because it kind of sucks in this game.
Yeah, it shakes a lot because of how it's basically dependent on what angle your car's facing at. Both vertically and horizontally, that is.
Yeah.
I personally just don't like the first-person view at all. It feels really weird to control it like that. I personally use either the far or close third-person cam.
Yeah. I want to be Lightning McQueen, but I don't want to be Lightning McQueen, you know?
We don't want to see what he sees when he rams into a wall. Believe me.
You don't want to get into a Cars 3.
No, Cars 3 is a roll. I was talking about slamming into a wall. You thought first person made you faster? Huh, that's interesting. It doesn't make you faster, it's just another angle viewing the race, or viewing your driving at.
Yeah. This isn't GTA 5.
I'm bad.
some people were saying this was Burnout Paradise.
Groovy, man.
Yeah, I can see it.
I appreciated that groovy man in the background there.
Oh yeah.
Fillmore.
I'm bad.
Yeah, the characters are so loud that when they make a voice line off a jump, they scream it all the way across Radiator Springs.
Yeah, you can always hear them. But only when they're jumping, not when they're doing anything else.
Yeah, they pat.
Extra emphasis.
Okay, I
is
didn't
basically
mention this.
Burnout.
This is a little ramp skip that we do because
Yeah, that's right. You drive along here in order to not be in the air as long. That's a pretty good one. I believe getting it perfect would be you don't go in the air at all, right? If I remember correctly. It's been a while.
you like slide off the surface.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah, George
almost-
Carlin voiced Fillmore.
Yeah, all the voice actors in this game are the originals,
Bad.
Yeah, the ones from the movie.
including the
Paul
real,
Newman as well.
Owen Wilson.
Yep.
One for the
And
face.
this is also the only time Owen voice lining in a game or anything outside of movie media.
Yeah, I didn't play it because it's a cutscene, but at the end of like the beginning cutscene, like after you complete the first race, you get to hear a single Owen Wilson wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. You also get to hear one in the Postcards intro cutscene.
Uh, okay.
Oh. Almost didn't
That
get that
was-
one, but got it barely.
At that point, it probably would have been faster to just take the normal route.
Way cool.
Maybe.
man. Way cool.
Ooh, that was a bad ramp jump. Odds you get a paint job. You can't just randomly get paint jobs in this. You have to specifically purchase them in the bonus section.
I mean, there's 4 paint jobs that you get by default, at least.
Yeah. But he's saying like odds. They're saying like odds you get a paint job, like as if you could randomly get one.
Sadly, that is not possible.
Yeah,
I
not
mean-
in this game at least. You can randomly get them in Race-O-Rama.
Hey, look at this. Ka-chow.
I mean, I had a chance to get one, but I've already passed that up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what pace he's on right now, actually. Let me check the stream. Oh, ads. Never mind, I'm gonna wait a bit before I get to check the stream again.
I'm on at least a decent run pace,
Yeah.
but the run has not
I doubt
been
this will be a PB because he didn't do the off tracks at the very first race. The ones at the Doc's Medical Center. Right? You
I mean,
probably need to do those to have a chance at a PB, right?
I mean, I also don't do them in my PB.
Oh, okay, don't never mind then.
But as far as route PBs go, the last run I had was legendary, so
Oh, that's nice. I should really run this game again when I get the chance.
this is
I probably won't be able to this summer, but that's because I'm playing something.
Rust Bucket Race-O-Rama. An interesting event.
Interesting is putting it lightly.
Yeah,
I don't like this event.
it's a
It's
very
basically like a Piston Cup race, except instead of going in a circle, you go in an 8.
it's a very
And you
very
have more of a chance to run into CPUs. There's objects on track which could stick to you, prevent you from turning. Mayor controls awfully in this. Ugh.
on top of all that, the route that we take in glitchless is very unforgiving.
Yeah, this is a very hard route to do properly.
Because I can just mess up.
That was interesting. He was gonna respawn so that he could be at speed.
I was instantly like a major time loss. Oh yeah, and you might notice the strange collisions.
Yeah.
Like after I off track.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, look at me passing through.
So yeah, that happens because when you reset from off track, you get this temporary moment where you go through cars. I guess in order to, if you like respawn on top of a car, it's to make sure you don't like fall on top of them and prevent you from driving. But that can mess you up because you're also touching them, and touching them means you will be able to turn, similar to the objects. This race is hard to do in general, Zebo. For me, at least. Yeah, so like race stickers say like, oh, go watch a run. So and how it made me sick. So like, we didn't really look at Compact all that much for a while. I don't know exactly when they really did start looking at Compact. But for the most part, we were just writing full game, basically, with like a few people write Compact, and that was it. And then people started looking at Compact and be like, wait a minute, this is a shorter run. It's much more enjoyable. Whoa.
That was
a nice bounce off that CPU there, actually. It made it look cool.
Wild collisions. Alright, not the worst. This run is alive.
I mean, to be honest, you could probably expect that cars would have to adapt, learn how to make stuff themselves. You could also just use forklifts. They basically have hands. Alright, if I remember correctly, I believe this is the one you hate, right?
Yeah. So, this is the race where it's just harder to avoid cars. Like, I have to do that.
You see that inside wall to the left right there? That thing sucks. Awesome.
You know he always runs well at this track.
Left wall on Sun Valley, more like.
Yes, sir. He sure knows his way.
Pulling a NASCAR move right there, going the dog leg.
A bit of advice to Lightning McQueen: don't get even, just get ahead.
It's nice that they didn't just like copy the stages. This is a completely different racetrack in every aspect.
Yeah, I guess every single one of them is different.
Yes,
so
sir. He
that
sure
is
knows
pretty
his way
nice.
around the track.
Yeah, so 1 mile is the basic oval.
1 mile
This
resembles kind of like Homestead Miami Speedway. This one represents Phoenix, and the final one, Los Angeles Motor Speedway, resembles what is it?
Okay.
California? Oh, yeah. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was in relief that the jump I tried worked.
Ah, okay, yeah.
I got out of the outside ring.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I'm gonna have to do it
This
again.
is nice right here because we don't have CPUs right immediately in front of us, and when we do have them, we'll be able to go around them. That's essentially what you want every lap. But of course, it's more likely not gonna work out like that.
Yeah, you can get trapped in the crowd.
Like we are about to right now. Of course.
Oh, I think I'm fine. Yeah, we're fine.
No, you're... Well, yeah, okay, now you're fine.
You again. Bye.
If you had been slightly faster, you probably would have had to be trapped.
The two races, the two piston cups at least, we don't do Motor Speedway of the South and Smasherville.
Yeah, the only good one, Smasherville.
Yeah. We don't do Motor Speedway of the South. In this run, it's the longest race in the game.
Yep.
At like 8 minutes.
Ah, pure luck.
Yeah, that was a hard hit.
But the difference is that 1 mile is the basic oval. Smasherville is a square.
Smasherville's a square. What? No, that one's a oval. I think you'd be more speedy to stop the south of the square.
My bad. Both night
Which kind of makes it resemble Indianapolis, even though in the movie it more resembled like Bristol.
It's all in the preparation.
And Smasherville also kind of resembles Bristol, since it's a short track.
This is a triangle.
Yeah, this is a tri-oval.
Oh, no, this one's not a triangle. The actual triangle is Los Angeles. But...
No, this was a triangle. Los Angeles is also a sort of triangle, but not as much as this one is.
So, do you think they were trying to go for more like an accuracy? If I'm correct, cars went with like an accuracy of racetracks. Were they kind of doing the same thing here?
I mean, yeah, I would say so. Even though the physics are obviously not realistic, but you know, this feels like Phoenix, and Palm Isle kind of feels like Homestead. They each feel kind of like the track they're based off of. Yes, you're right, Kazai. They did make a movie after this game.
No, wild, right?
What?
Wild. Can't believe that this game was so successful.
I know. It spawned a whole series of games. And eventually those games started to spawn more movies. It didn't know you could make a spear. Oh, whoa, there's a car spun out right there. Like I was talking about earlier. He didn't know you could make a speedrun on a racing game? Really? That's interesting.
That's one of those moments where I said earlier that if I blink, I miss something.
Yeah, exactly.
I blinked and I just saw the car go flying across the screen. I went, wait, what?
Well, of course you
can.
can.
Yeah, they could speed each other out.
Yeah, the speedrun.
Because like sometimes they just shift their line ever so slightly because they want to like do a different line, I guess. And sometimes they cross each other and spin each other out. Which Gran Turismo was this? The first one.
Yeah, it's GT4 and 1080i.
Yeah, I remember that too. That's probably one of the few things I don't like about Mayor National is that the stupid object glitch is still a thing where you get stuck to it and you can't turn it all until you hit a wall, and then the object or car gets removed off you. Oh, that's right. I was checking the pace. That's a pretty decent pace.
It's not bad. I haven't had any major mistakes yet, so.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from, like, taking time to disable the cursor. But other than that, we're good.
I used to think the regular street route here was better, but no, apparently this dirt route here is faster.
Yeah, because we don't have to do any snake turns. We just have to.
Yeah, it's just a straight line basically.
You have to veer right and then go straight. It's quite precise though. Not very precise, but quite precise.
To be honest, the S turns can also be pretty bad, so it's not like it's that much of an advantage or of a disadvantage.
Alright. Sorry to everyone who likes the big jump, but we're not doing the big jump.
Yeah. Unless you somehow do it on accident, but that shouldn't. Yeah, there you go. We skipped the big jump. Sorry, air is just too slow.
Air is stupid.
Do you want a new Cars movie, Dream Seeker? Really? I think we're just fine where we're at.
Lightning McQueen is quicker than quick.
Yeah, this is a good pace. At least fine pace.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Alright, that was the date with Sally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. In the movie, Sally is faster than Light, but in the game, Light's like, yeah, right.
Hey, look at this.
Yeah, he learned how to deal with. He learned how to drive on off-road.
He learns
with
the
slick
route, I
tires.
guess.
He learned how to drive on off-road with slick tires.
Elia Ode says we wait a remastered version of the game. We all do. But it's probably not going to happen.
Alright, here's like the hardest race in the run.
Yeah, this race has a lot of S turns and also some pretty difficult off tracks.
Yeah, the hardest off tracks in the game, including
Look at this.
like this one, for example, where I just have to do that.
Got it.
Yeah. This one, which is very unreliable and precise. I got it.
One for
Nice.
the fame.
Of course, Disney can afford to make another Cars movie. They can afford to make just about anything.
Oh yeah.
That they can't afford
And
to
plus,
remaster.
not to mention the money that they make from the Cars movies. But anyways, what were we saying?
They can't afford to remake this game. Or
Yeah,
at
they
least-
can't afford to. Well, I mean, it's not Disney who's making the game. It'd be
Oh, no.
a different company.
I missed the shortcut. Oh god. Yeah, that's the other difficult.
Yeah, that's.
for-
He was supposed to be up there, but that didn't happen because he missed the opening there. It's a pretty tight opening.
Good chow.
Owen Wilson said he'd want Cars 4 to be like a thriller movie?
Off the hook.
I mean, I'd be down
Okay.
for that.
I guess, but. Oh boy.
Didn't the Cars movies have?
Thriller.
What were we saying, Midnight?
Didn't like the Cars movies? And it's been a long time since I've seen the Cars movies. So like, didn't like each of them have like a theme to them?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, the first one was about slowing down. The second one was about spies. Third one was about dealing with getting old. As an athlete, that is. Not as a just simply as a person, just as an athlete.
That made
One for the lady.
then now I'm like, have I seen Cars 3? I don't remember that.
It was 2017 when it was in theaters.
Then I probably have not.
That's right. They are playing a show like episodic show for Disney Plus for Cars. That's right. For next year. I forgot about that. I don't expect it to be good, unfortunately, but
Who's that?
if it does end up being good, maybe that'll make me consider getting Disney Plus.
Yeah, yo.
Alright, I'm 2 for 2 on the hard off track. Let's see if I can get this on this last lap.
There we go. We got 3 for 3.
No, this one.
Nice.
No.
I'm talking about that one.
Oh,
Oh, you didn't get it. Yeah.
spoke too soon.
Oh well, 2 out of 3 is not bad at all.
I'm bad.
Pretty good.
Look at this. Ka-chow. Off the hook. Ooh.
It didn't mess up that shortcut this time.
Good chow.
Completely perfect.
Well, not completely perfect. You missed one of the off tracks.
Who's bad? I'm bad.
Oh well. That's
It was still really good, though.
Hey, guys. what
there
did
have
I
been
say?
better, but that
My
was
destiny.
solid. Delinquent road hazards.
Yep.
Okay.
There are so many tricks in this game. Like, How hard was it to discover some of these tricks and some of like the skipping and all that?
Well, I mean, wait. Do you mind if I talk about like a? Oh,
as far as the off-tracks go, it's just throwing things into a pan and seeing what sticks.
Yeah. Someone's asking, like, would the Disney Plus show have the same actors? For some characters, yeah. But for others, no. Like, Lightning, like I said, other than movie media and this game, Owen does not voice Lightning at all. Lightning is voiced by Keith, except in Cars 3 Drive to Win. Keith Ferguson voices him.
Yeah, and...
So he'd probably voice Lightning in the show.
And George Carlin is dead. So...
Yeah.
He cannot voice Fillmore.
They have the person who had currently been doing Fillmore.
One for the fans.
As for the previous question of like what the glitches and stuff, so like one of the oldest glitches, which we're not doing here because it's glitchless, is called the lap glitch, where you essentially back up in certain races from the finish line up to a certain distance, and you can get put in first place and gain a lap. That was discovered like back in what, 2009, maybe even earlier.
Yeah, that's the oldest trick. But as far as
the oldest glitch for this game.
In 2018, I think, we figured out like the full extent of off-track abuse we could use, and like I think it was one of your runs. You instead of like driving a piston cup, you just tilted left.
Yeah, because like I recognized a certain trick, and I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna try rapidly off-tracking over and over again, see if it sticks, and it seemed like it did.
Yeah. As far as doing it in road races goes,
it's not good to just spam it over and over again in road races.
Yeah, and the way we
do it rhythmically.
The ways we use it in the road races was discovered in like 2019.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's not good to spam it in piston cups nowadays either, because tilt boosting is a thing. You pretty much don't need the off tracks anymore. They're slower now.
Oh, I hope no one saw that.
But the way we apply it in nowadays was first like used in 2019 when the Fillmore skip off track was used, which in boosted with Fillmore.
Oh, some will say the glitch was discovered a month after the game's release. Is that true? It wasn't. If it was, it probably wasn't recorded on video then, because the first video of it was in 2009 for sure. I believe.
The first use of the off track that you see here was in 2019 on Boosted with Fillmore, where there was an off track in Boosted with Fillmore that just.
I think Glub was talking about the lap glitch.
Yeah, I'm talking about off tracks now.
One for the fans.
That use of off track is in Boosted with Fillmore. Now, in Boosted with Fillmore, there was just an off track that skipped the entirety of like a forest section that took like 25 seconds per lap, right?
Yeah.
I love being me.
Swag jump. So in the first glitchless runs, that was used.
I forgot to tell you, chick.
Or in 2019 glitchless runs, that was used. Rather. Anyways, what I like to call the funny part of the run.
High speed heist, the most RNG based part of the run.
Yeah, so now you play as the tuners. Yeah.
You have to drive through a bunch of traffic in order to get to Mac.
Yeah.
Then in the third section, you have to grab gear from Mac's trailer, and it'll drop gearboxes as well as it'll drop other stuff. You don't want to pick up the other stuff; it'll slow you down quite a bit. But sometimes you can get really unlucky, and it'll put down like a bunch of non-gear stuff over and over again.
Speed at that section doesn't matter, it's RNG. And we play as the tuners from GTA Online.
Excuse me.
At least the music is good.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, miss, look out!
And we get cars complaining about us constantly.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, it makes me smile.
You don't want to run into the cars though, because they'll really slow you down if you hit those cars.
Hey, what is he doing? Look out!
Are these cars a predetermined route? Not as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure they're always RNG, right? Or are they predetermined?
Boxes? Oh, the cars.
No, the cars. The cars.
I haven't checked, but they are seeded, however, if they are random.
Yeah,
To always have, like, a spot open or a path to go through.
Excuse me.
yeah. There's always like certain, like pairings or even triples, as you see here. Here you pretty much just smash boost because it's always on time if you're going as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Alright, now for the third section, the most RNG based section.
Yeah. The shortest drive to Mac, but also most painful.
And the progress bar on the left is not updated because it's somewhat glitched. It should update here in a bit. There you go. Just in case you were wondering about that.
Hey, get out of my way! Where'd you learn to drive?
Alright, let's see.
Let's go. 1, 2,
2,
3,
3.
box. Let's just play with the count. 2, box. Not bad. 1,
Not the worst.
3, 4, box.
There
Okay.
you go. We need
1,
5 boxes, so we
2.
need 2 more.
3, box.
Okay.
1, 2, box.
Nice. That was pretty good RNG. Cool.
Could've gone better.
Also, Smash Mouth's saying, or asking if this game was on other platforms. Basically take every platform that existed around that time, like GBA, DS, Wii, GameCube, PC, PS2, Xbox 360, Xbox.
Sick
It was on them.
level.
Nice, got the early box. Alright, so now we're in Lightning Strikes Back. The opposite of the previous event, where now we're back as Lightning trying to take the gear back. Oh, I didn't get the box there though. We have to hit the tuners back in order to get our gear back. There you go.
Quit it! He's combustible!
Nice. This is going really well, actually. So now the traffic is going against you. Oh, I missed the early box there.
Oh well.
Yeah. All right, well, that one.
Oh, we got 2 boxes.
What?
I mean,
Wow, that was actually really close. It almost didn't count that first one, but it barely did. So sometimes the game can glitch out and not count a box for whatever reason, because the boxes are supposed to automatically collect. I don't know if it's something to do with the pathing that the box takes, and sometimes it just misses you or what, but that one didn't happen. You have to hit them specifically in the back in order to get the box to appear. If you hit him on the front, it won't, or the front sides, it won't work. You have to hit him like in the back, the rear quarter panel, if you will.
No problem. It was an honor to beat you.
that could have gone better at the end.
And there you
but
go. That was still pretty good though.
Oh, man.
I like to. My general consensus is like if you manage to beat it before you reach the end of like the cliff on the left side, then you did pretty well. If you did barely around the time where it ended, it's all right. And if you did like way after, it's bad. But anyways, last Pizza Cup race and last race and last event. Time will be coming up at the end of this race.
Yep. Also seen at the end of the first Cars movie, Los Angeles International Speedway.
Green pass is another. You know, he
Yep.
always runs well at this track. McQueen's
That's a nice
definitely
looking
in the
speedway.
zone. Just look at his
Yep.
determination.
Yeah, as far as this is the longest event in this run, or this size of the run at least.
Yeah.
At like a nice, cool 7 minutes.
Mion Suzumoto, I believe is how you say that. It's like those terrible item dropping sections from Simpsons Hit and Run, but a million times better. Yeah, well, if you get good RNG. If you get bad RNGs, sometimes you get up to 7 or even 8 items that are not specifically geared to drop before you finally get a gearbox.
Yeah, it's like a weird version of the item drop games, the item drop missions in Simpsons Hit and Run.
Yeah.
But I think in that game, the hitting is more consistent because you can hit from the front instead of like the rear, like the tail end of the car in Lightning Strikes Back. So you have to like angle yourself really strangely in Lightning Strikes Back.
Yeah.
I'm faster than that.
So I know in this one. Oh, go ahead.
No, go you.
This won't hurt a bit.
Okay, I was gonna say. I know in this one it actually says Los Angeles International Speedway. I think we were talking earlier how some have different names. Do they all essentially have a drop, or is it because of the importance of this particular speedway?
Not necessarily.
What do you mean?
But this one and Motor Speedway of the South both appear in the movie.
Yeah.
So it's mostly based on what was already established in the movie, plus general
some other concepts that the developers wanted to try, I guess.
Plus like general.
Or maybe unused concepts for the movie.
Yeah, this game has a lot of unused concepts for the movie. Like the foreign racers that we raced in the second event.
Oh, I'm faster than
and
that.
the Queens
The
race.
Queens racers, yeah. There you go. Different part in New York.
Yeah. It's all New York to me.
Sir, he sure knows his way around the
It is to me too, but eh.
Check out
Man, these guys are
Lightning
just forcing it down
McQueen.
below the
He's
yellow
doing
line.
but he's not a rookie anymore. Here
All
comes
right.
900
If I do poorly enough, I might get a Guido cameo.
Yeah, that's true. That can happen on this track.
Guido, apart from like the icons above like event
Queen's
markers,
definitely
does not
in the
appear at
zone.
any other point in the
Just
run.
look at his determination.
Yeah.
So we may hear a sultry Italian voice.
So Decaf with Caffeine said, I wonder if the handheld versions of this game are also racing games. And Zumbo says only the PSP one. That's not actually true. The Mayor National DS, Racerama DS, and Racerama PSP are also racing games.
And
Cars 2 DS, PSP are also racing ones.
he's talking about the original game, and yes, the GBA version is a racing game. Isometric.
Yeah,
racer.
for the original GBA, it's also racing. And Mayor National GBA is also racing, but
It's an
yeah,
isometric
GBA.
racer. Yeah.
There really was no reason for them to make a GBA version of this game, though. Honestly. It's probably the weirdest console or handheld you could play this game on.
Yeah, the GBA version is kind of not good.
And the Mayor National GBA is not much better.
Well, that's fine. But
I don't know. I still think they should have not made them so that they could put more time into the other versions.
McQueen's
You know?
definitely in the zone. Just look at his determination.
I'm pretty sure.
Especially for Mayor National. Like, there's absolutely zero reason for Mayor National to have a GBA version.
And there
Like,
goes
really?
Lightning McQueen slipping through
It's
the pack.
2007. Let the handheld
Well, they
die.
say lightning never strikes
The
twice,
DS is
but
a
those
thing
cars
now. It's
out
been a
there
thing for
will
3
tell you
years.
different.
Some people wouldn't let it die.
I know, but still, come on.
Yes, sir.
It's like
he
the
sure knows his way
the
around the
PS2.
track.
Okay, we're gonna get Luigi. There he goes.
There you go. And we're gonna get it a few more times. since it does it every lap.
Well, they say lightning never strikes twice, but those cars out there will tell you different.
The GBA Cars 1 is an overhead racer, which has an oddly zoomed in camera, so you can barely see anything. And GBA International is it has 3D character models and 3D tracks, but the tracks themselves are either boring or just unplayable, because you can barely play the track at all without going onto the off-road. Oh, this is not good. What happened there?
I got
was it the turning? Was it the turning messing you up?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least the meter's out now, so it shouldn't affect you anymore. Is this the new NASCAR 21 game? I wish. I'm kind of excited to see what that will offer, but for now we know nothing about gameplay or anything like that.
It has better NASCAR driving than the current NASCAR game.
You think so? Damn.
The people who like NASCAR games hate that one. Trust me, it's...
Yeah, they know. They do. Honestly, they do. Last lap.
Don't feel bad. You've been passed by the best.
Oh. Alright, timer's gonna stop soon.
Yeah, there were a few other terrible ports on GBA as well.
Here comes Lightning McQueen. Just look at him moving aside.
The bar does something when it's in the yellow and red until it's empty, where it slightly affects your handling and makes it worse. And time.
That is...
Nice. Sub 1 hour. That's good.
Sub 1 hour, but it's pretty good. For
how does that compare to your PB?
A minute, 20 seconds behind.
That's still not bad.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good run.
Yep.
I thoroughly enjoyed this run. If there was someone else in chat who maybe watched the run, like, man, this looks really fun, and they were interested to know more about the speed run, where would they go? If there's is there a Discord? Is there some
a
guides
Discord?
on
There's speedrun.com.
You can go to speedrun.com/cars and you'll find our Discord there. Don't go to the forums; they are completely inactive.
Yeah.
You can redirect all your questions to the Discord if you have them.
I don't know. Wherever the road takes us, I guess. It's a pretty big
and let's say that they really enjoyed the commentary, they really enjoyed the runner. Where would they go to follow you all?
I will do. I may do streams. I am twitch.tv/tapw. No spaces.
Well, I'm not active streaming right now. My channel is twitch.tv/puffjack8. PUFFJAK8.
Ooh, I almost forgot.
Numerical,
Did you grab your trophy?
not letters.
Where is it?
I'm playing something special for the 15th anniversary of this franchise this summer. If you're excited with cars and you want to see that, go ahead and follow me. I'll make sure I do it as soon as possible.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you all would like to say? Any other shout outs? Anything else along those lines?
Yeah, shout outs to Owen Wilson for this being his only role in a video game.
Yep. I guess also thank you to all the Dream Secret helping us get this game into this event. This event.
Thanks to everyone in the Cars Discord.
Thanks to the viewers.
Thanks to everyone in the Cars Discord for the support for this.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, thank you all so much for that great Cars run. Don't forget a couple announcements that Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online is going to be July 4th to the 11th. Game submissions open March 31st through April 11th, so be sure to prep your submissions if you'd like to be a part of Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online from the comfort of your own home. And of course, go to gamesdonequick.com for more information. Of course, your subs, gift subs, Amazon Prime subs, and bits shared on the GDQ Twitch channel help support our weekly hotfix content. So please be sure Thank you all so much. I don't know. Yeah. Thank you all so much for supporting our shows. I think I got messed up on my lines there. And of course, information on all of our Hotfix shows are going to be available at gamesdonequick.com/hotfix. From there, you can find out more information about submitting your runs to any of our weekly shows. We're gonna take a small little break so we can go ahead and hydrate, get up, stretch, walk around, and switch to our next game in this beautiful Disney marathon, which is a co-op of Goof Troop. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Bargain Bin, a show about showcasing speed games that will not break your wallet. I am Midnight Vesper. Don't forget that Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online is going to be July 4th through the 11th. Game submissions are open March 31st until April 11th. Be sure to prep your submissions if you'd like to be part of Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online from the comfort of your own home. And of course, we are going to continue our lovely little Disney marathon today with our co-op of Goof Troop with Big Willie Style and Pave. Whenever you all are ready, go ahead and take it away.
Hi, I'm Pave. We're going to be running Goof Troop for you.
And hey, I'm Big Willie Style 3, and I'm very excited to be here, and we're excited to show you guys Goof Troop.
Just a little bit of background on this game. We're actually playing on emulator because we do not live in the same state, so we are playing online over NetPlay, which is really fun. So we're just gonna get right into it. All right, on my countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this game goes really quick. It's about a 20-minute run, and right away we just go right into it. There's going to be some things that happen throughout the run. Max goes faster than Goofy, and Goofy hits harder when he throws things, but he's slower overall. So we're going to be optimizing moving items back and forth between the characters, and Goofy's going to die a lot, basically.
Just a little bit of background about the story. Goofy and Max were out fishing with Pete and PJ, and Pete and PJ got abducted by pirates. So we're going to rescue them from the pirates' clutches. Turns out that Goofy and Max are secretly the best neighbors in the Disney canon, because Pete and PJ are their neighbors, if anyone's seen the show or the movies.
So right away you can kind of tell that this game is set up a little bit like Link to the Past in terms of dungeon crawler. It's a little bit more happy-go-lucky than Link to the Past, and the items are a bit more simpler. The health is similar to Sonic in that the amount of health that you get always goes to 0 when you get hit, and then if you have no health after you get hit, you lose a life.
And we'll be using health quite a bit in this run to do some very nice damage boosts to avoid some sections. And when you pick up a throwable item like a pot or a barrel, there's a chance that you'll get either cherries or bananas. Cherries give you 1 heart and bananas give you 2. And the maximum amount of hearts you can have is 6, and if you go over that, it just rolls over into an extra life. So right here we'll be doing a damage boost, so we can use this golden key and walk right into the first boss. This boss is basically whack-a-mole. So sometimes they're nice to you, sometimes they're not. They can throw barrels, bombs, or those pink spiky things. You cannot catch the pink spiky things, they will hurt you, but the other two are fair game.
Sometimes they pop up with a barrel and then they don't throw it at you, which is kind of frustrating. Oops. There's a lot of RNG in this game. Basically, anything that you do in the game changes your RNG seed. So when we're running through the game, we have to be ready for all of the different patterns and combinations of dudes that are present throughout the run. So it can get pretty hectic because we don't really know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I see some people in the chat talking about playing emulators online. We are playing this on RetroArch. So if you're ever interested in playing emulators with your buddies, RetroArch is a good choice. And so right here is going to be our first item swap. So when a character loses all their lives, they despawn, and whatever items they're holding go over to the second player. And the second player is able to hold 2 items in that case. So what we do there is we have Goofy die completely so that we can pass Max both items so he can get through that room really fast. And then Goofy spawns in right at the door so Max doesn't have to run back through.
A lot of this game is Max running through levels while Goofy sits at the door and waits. This is another room where Max has to do the whole room because he has to pick up 2 items, and then I spawn in and take one of the items from him.
Ooh, I'm gonna die here, I think. Yeah. Missed the deboost there. Happens sometimes. No sweat.
This room is a heavy RNG room. Yep. So you have to reset the room.
Yeah, these purple guys have the ability to kick the blocks, and so they can put the blocks in a state where it's impossible to complete the puzzle, or they'll just kill you sometimes. So that's always fun.
This is honestly one of the best co-op games out there. The amount of cooperation that you actually have to do throughout the run is a lot, and that's what makes it so fun. Is it's not just one person running the whole game. You both have an equal part.
That stump doesn't always cooperate, and you can use the gun that Goofy has right now to bump enemies or to make these bridges. And so you've seen it already. I forgot to mention it. When you bump an enemy, it makes it start flashing as if they were using iframes or something, and you can run right past them. So it allows us to skip quite a few enemies there by just running past them. So this is the second boss. He breathes fire at us, and we have to get rid of the 4 barrels on the bottom of the screen before these 2 Islander guys will spawn and give us lots of ammo to defeat this fire guy. And so this fight is also pretty RNG. He can sometimes position himself on the extreme side of the arena like he did there. Sometimes he'll stand in the middle and allows us to just catch barrel after barrel and throw it at him. So a lot of the RNG in this game lies in the boss fights.
There's in this setup for this level, there is a room where we basically do this complicated item switch that basically it just saves like 1/3 of a second. So he has the gun right now, and I need to end up with the gun, and he needs to end up with the plank. But we'll do a switch later in this. The room after this, we do a switch so that he can save about 1/3 of a second. It's pretty funny. This run is pretty heavily optimized, and so every second counts because the run can be under 20 minutes. Every single second counts.
All right, I'll need to bump when we come back in this room, just to be safe.
Yep.
Oh, or he'll just walk into us. That's all good. Just trying to be safe for marathon. Ordinarily there, if Max doesn't have HP, you'll walk off the platform and die, and then you'll spawn back in with iframes. Come on, boys.
So you can kind of see.
He got me anyway.
You can kind of see a little bit of the.
Unfortunate, but that's okay.
Network lag there come into play. I think we have about 30 milliseconds of lag between us.
Something like that. Yeah. It makes doing the bumps like that kind of hard. Ideally, we would be playing together on the same Super Nintendo, which is what we usually do, but not being co-located makes that quite difficult.
Luckily, we have technology. So this room, we're going to be doing a bunch of item swaps back and forth to try and get through as fast as we can. He's going to use the key and then pick up the gun. And I'm going to pick up the key down here, and he's going to leave the room. This room, there's nothing you can do to make it go faster. You have to wait for this platform to come all the way back around. I'm gonna make it. No. Yeah, I die there to transfer the key to him so he can run to the door quicker.
Max really gets to watch his dad die a lot in this room. Wonder if it's dramatic for him.
This room just doesn't make any sense.
Sometimes the cannons have a mind of their own.
That guy sometimes I get to play catch with. So, sometimes the mobs will catch the things that you throw at them. This is probably, in my opinion, the hardest boss to do quickly.
Alright, I'm gonna just play super safe.
Okay, me too.
So for whatever reason, there are undead guys on this island as well. Don't know if that's a Goof Troop cannon, but here we are.
I canceled a throw.
That's okay. So these guys, they just jump back and forth and kind of throw projectiles at you, and you use them to deal damage. And so once they've taken enough damage, they can do this thing where they pull their heads off and the heads follow you around. And so what you want to do there is hit their heads right as they come off their bodies, so they go back as soon as possible and give you more opportunities to pick up ammunition. So the red guy is kind of not cooperating with us.
No chance there. Okay.
That's okay.
You're fine. You got just the one. All right, you got to spam through the menus.
Yep. So whoever's the active player, if it's not player one, has to spam start to get through all the like stage select stuff in the lore. But now we're on to level 4. This is, in my opinion, my favorite level to play through, just because there's a lot of puzzles that go on. It is interestingly also the only level that has repeat rooms, not including like backtracking through them. So we'll be seeing another version of that room, and we'll be seeing another copy of this room here. It also has the only 2 ice rooms of the whole run.
Yeah, the entire game has 2 ice rooms. And yes, they do have ice physics.
There you go.
Don't ask me why there's only 2.
Going out of that room, you need to make sure that you have HP as max, just so you can damage boost through these frogs. That guy sometimes throws the barrel at you. Just gotta watch out for him.
This room, I get to sit in this minecart. Very important.
A lot of satisfying puzzle movement in this room.
Also, diagonal movement. So you walk the same speed going diagonal as you do moving in one direction. So you want to optimize your movement so that you're always walking diagonally when possible, instead of walking in an L.
Alright, the room after this one is also another one where you want Maxie to have HP, because there's a mob that can really impede your progress like he's about to do. Oh, the red guy can come all the way to the right and block you from hitting that switch, and if he does that without HP, you just kind of have to sit there and wait for him. So that's unfortunate. But Maxie is also too good for minecarts. You could see him walk across the tracks there. He's above minecarts. Alright, this guy, you just bump him down and get him with those blocks.
There's a... this room has a 2-second skip. If you finish the puzzle on the same frame that you leave the room, it will save that sound. There's a 2-second save, but it's frame perfect and it's not necessarily worth going for. This is on the Super Nintendo console. but we are playing on emulator right now.
All right. This is the fourth boss. It's probably the most boring one in my opinion. It's just an auto-scroller. These two centipedes will come at us from any of the holes on the walls here, and so we need to just hit them as they come by. They come at us one at a time at the beginning, and they lose sections of their body as they get hit, and then eventually they'll be coming at us two at a time.
So it's also important to note, you might see me die a couple times. That was not on purpose and unfortunate, but it's important for us to leave the boss fights with a certain amount of HP so that we can set up for tricks at the beginning of the next level. Yeah,
Dave's been having some controller troubles, so sometimes it lets go when he doesn't want it to. It's unfortunate, especially on this boss. If you miss a hit on one of the caterpillars, it costs like 12.5 seconds. So
yeah. What is the lore for this boss?
Desirable.
Caterpillars and auto-scrollers.
Exactly.
This boss, actually, if you let it play, there's no text for this boss. It goes straight into the boss. The other bosses I have to spam through. I have to spam start at the beginning of the boss fight because there's text that comes up. Alright, yeah, so I missed a cycle there, so we gotta wait another 12 seconds, which is unfortunate.
Marathon luck, you know. Of course, your controller would bust on this boss. Don't forget to die, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to make sure that Goofy has 0 lives leaving this boss for the reason that Paige mentioned. We need to set up for some stuff at the beginning of level 5.
This is
Go for it.
It's probably the most important, or the most time-saved trick in the game that you need to put lives for. Oops.
Find HP, it's okay.
Nice.
Boom, easy. Yeah. Ideally, you don't get hit there as Max, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Max actually gets to kill his dad there. Only time in the whole run he gets to do that. Get to stand over the pit and kick that block down.
This is
take advantage of some weird movement.
You need HP in that room to deboost through. There's no... I mean, you can do it normally, but I have no idea how long the normal.
Yeah, there's a switch at the bottom of the room that like pulls barrels in on the conveyor belt, and so you would ordinarily clear the enemies out with the barrels, but we don't really care about the barrels. We just want to go fast, so that's what we do.
Alright, this room has the potential for a quick kill, depending on your RNG. Looks like I will not get it. Oops.
Yeah, ideally they all bunch up in the top left corner and Goofy's able to just kill them really fast. Sometimes they don't cooperate. They like to hang out in Narnia a lot of the time. Hey, got it.
There's the bell attracts enemies to you, and you only use it in one room. But the animation of Goofy using the bell, there's a frame where he pulls the bell out of his pants. And if you leave the room on that frame, you can see him. There, I got it. It's called butt scratches. It's a funny trick, but not trick. It's just funny.
All right, the biggest trick of the run, I'd say, is coming up in this in this room after this one.
Yeah, so this trick was found last year and saves about 40 seconds. Oh, you got it. Okay, so that trick...
Oops, didn't get the kick, though.
That trick was found by Torb and Two Trains, and called
shout out to those guys.
Big shout out to them. They're super cool. They found this trick. I don't know actually how they found the trick, but you basically take advantage of the sub-pixel that Max stands on in that room, and you can, basically what happens is you are on the bottom left platform for one frame, and then the very next frame you move to the top left around the block. And it's pretty hard to do, and you gotta like kind of set up for it, and he got it the first try, which is really hype. Another puzzle, and then we come to the last boss. I get to drive the ship.
The gatekeeper of Goof Troop.
Nice double kill.
Nice. Sometimes those guys like to hang out and they give us a double. All right, here we go. So this is Pete. He's definitely the most RNG boss of the whole run, and you can have an absolutely world record pace for Goof Troop, and Pete can just say, "Nah, I don't want you to get world record." So you want to explain it?
Yeah, so he has a bunch of different attacks that he can do, and you can only damage him with the bombs that he gives you. And he likes to shoot these guns that are really annoying, and they're really annoying because they don't give you any ammo. Oops.
Yeah, so he can shoot the gun, he can spin up and give you bombs, or he can summon these
Or he can just
ads
jump. Oh my god.
Yeah, so this is an example of something that Pete would do when you're on world record pace. He would just steal the run from you by not giving any bombs. Yep.
Yep.
There we go. So when he's on the ground, he can either spin up, and then there's another option where he can throw a hook at you. And when he throws the hook, it's actually ideal to get hit by it so that it returns faster to him. And then he can also jump up on the platforms. Nice, we did it.
Time is on the text.
Now.
Time. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Hey, pretty good.
Almost sub 20.
Oh, nice run.
Yeah, I was going to be happy with like sub 20, but 20:06 is pretty good, considering that we lost a lot of time on the fourth boss. Yeah, okay, Unnatural. I agree with you, dude. Why is Pete the boss? I asked that question yesterday.
It's not really a good answer. Maybe there's a lot of different Petes. Not really sure.
But yeah, that's Goof Troop. It's a super fun co-op run. It hits all the right notes. It's a pretty decent length. You get to interact a lot with the person you're running with, and it is not crazy complicated, but it's just complicated enough to be interesting.
Yeah, world record is 1730. Our PB is 1804. We have third place. But yeah, getting into this game, co-op run is very doable. There's a lot of good resources out there. There is a Capcom Games Discord. I think you can find that on the speedrun website for the Goof Troop. It is where you can go if you want to learn the run. 2 Trains actually built a very lengthy Word doc with screenshots of every single room to learn how to run this game. So shout out to him. He did a really good job with the guide, and makes it really easy to get in to learn the co-op run of this game. Super fun. Would highly recommend if you're looking for a game to get into, especially with friends. Plus, it's cheap. You can just buy the game.
Yeah, I think I bought a used copy last year for like $20. Highly recommend it. Yeah, shout out to BB40. See you in chat there. Shout out to the entire Goof Troop community. Everyone's super nice, willing to help.
Swordsman Kirby.
Drake Bell. Extra Heat. Yeah. Shout out to everyone. Also, shout outs to everyone that puts up with us while we play this game. Jobless Eagle, Spooky Boogie, Doodle Doodle, Poppy's Dying, Uba Stacks, all those guys.
And if anyone was interested in following either one of you, where could they go?
I stream this game on Twitch, twitch.tv/pave. And I don't think... Willie, do you stream at all?
I don't stream at all, but I am interested in getting into it. So twitch.tv/BigWillieStyle3 would be me once I start. But yeah, this was really fun.
Awesome. I enjoyed the run. Any other quick shout outs? Any last minutes?
Narwhal 531 and Fancy Josh 91. I left them out. So shout outs to them too.
Shout outs to all my friends and coworkers that watched the run today. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
That's nice to see the coworkers.
Yeah, they're all cool.
All right. Well, thank you all so much. Just one other thing. Do not forget that Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online is July 4th through the 11th. Game submissions are going to be open March 31st until April 11th. Be sure to prep your submissions if you'd like to be a part of Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online from the comfort of your own home. You can just go to gamesdonequick.com for more information. We're going to take another small break to switch on over to continue on with our beautiful little Disney bargain bin block. This is a great time to hydrate, stretch, walk around, whatever you fancy. We will be right back with Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Welcome back to the Bargain Bin, show about speed running great games under $20. I'm Midnight Vesper. And don't forget, Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online, July 4th to the 11th. Game submissions are open March 31st until April 11th. Be sure to prep your submissions if you'd like to be a part of Summer Games Done Quick online 2021 from the comfort of your own home. And also, if you're interested in volunteering for Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online, volunteer submissions will be opening soon. Just check gamesdonequick.com for more info on the dates. And we're going to continue our beautiful little Disney block here at the Bargain Bin with Chippendale Rescue Adventures and our beautiful runner Chrissy. How are you doing today?
Kind of nervous, but I'm ready to play some video games.
Well,
yeah. I'm going to be playing Chippendale Rescue Rangers for you guys. It's actually my first video game. Actually, my first speed game as well. As you guys can see here, is actually the pack I had. Did pretty cool pack, getting old. But that's not why you guys are here. You guys are here to watch video games, and I can actually mention a small little thing here, because in 2019 we found a RNG lock for this game, because this game is very RNG heavy. And thanks to I wrote this down, so we're sure to get it. Mollyman, Moon Mooney, Magic K, and Inija. All of those guys help with finding this. It's actually not that hard to find when you think about it, but yeah, they did it, and pretty cool. So basically, what you have to do, you reset the game, then you wait on this screen. So I just want to tell everybody that every run you have to do this. You have to wait. And as soon as the demo starts here, you press start. And I'm just going to play as Dale, just to annoy Andy Sweet. Don't worry about it. And yeah, I'm ready to run now. So 3, 2, 1, go. So this speedrun is basically just hold right and win. But it also has a lot of cool tech. So now I'm going to calm down a little bit because my heart is going way too fast than it has to. So the first little trick here, or optimization, is that we jump on the edge of that box to spawn Zipper, the green fly, a little later. So it holds longer. So yeah, sorry, just focusing a little bit. So here we have also some optimizations where we damage boost twice, and that mouse created some lag there, which is kind of scary, but we're through. This is fine. I'm gonna try to answer some questions in chat, but I will do it in between bosses because this game can get very hectic. And I'm gonna try to put on a good show for you guys. All right. The first boss will show you guys a little bit about this game as the bosses. All the bosses work like this. You just throw balls at them, and they're done. So let's here. Thanks for the good locks, everybody. They're so nice. Here we come to another optimization where we spawn this mouse here. We jump up here to not spawn that mouse to run. We keep ourselves to the ground here, and by not spawning the secondary mouse there, we actually skip some lag frames, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Here we have like some first speed strats. You can jump on these and tiptoe off them like that to quicker get the cranes off. Sorry if I say some wrong words. English is not my strongest suit sometimes. But it happens. I also jump off screen there to make the fly just go straight down. Just gonna focus here. It's kind of hard to give commentary while you're trying to give your bestest in this game.
I can say you're doing a great job at it right now.
Thank you. All right, so this is like a semi-quick kill. There's a faster way to kill this spaceship, but I did that one because that one is the one I feel safe with doing. And if you ever play this game and you feel like wanting more extra lives, you just have to go in the top middle. We'll get them. Now I'm gonna go for the gatekeeper. This is 50-50 chance for me because yes. Oh, yeah, I waited for that. Didn't dare to do the second one. So basically, if you turn back exactly on the frame when you hit something, you damage boost through it, and you can basically like walk through it through the enemy. I got through one. Decided to go for the safe strat for the second one, and I think that's fine for a marathon. But at least you guys got to see both ones. It basically skips so you don't have to stop and throw boxes at them. All right, now I need to focus again because we're getting to a boss that is a pain for a lot of runners in this game. Let's see. A lot of living boxes here. I think they're haunted, chat. There we go. Nice. That was a decent kill. Better than SM6. Of course it is. This game is amazing.
I remember playing this kid as a kid, and I just always loved this game.
Yeah, I play this all the time because this was the only NES game I could ever beat as a kid.
There was a question
I had
in
to
chat
ask my
about,
mom to beat the other ones. Oh, sorry? Yeah?
Yeah. The little boxes, the boxes that you're collecting, you know, what are they?
The flowers or those boxes?
Yeah.
Oh, they're basically just Mario coins. Let's keep it as that. Mario coins. Yeah, I think they're flowers, but yeah, I just call them coins. And yeah, that stage was basically just some jumping and stuff. Nothing much to talk about in that stage. Welcome to the easiest stage in this game. This stage is literally just hold right and win. So I don't know what to talk about in this stage. Oh yeah, there's one cool thing in this stage actually. You have to run a little bit to the right to find it. All right. So if you get rid of this beetle, you actually despawn one of the bombs here. You lose your headset while you're doing a speed run. Okay, headset, do not fall out till I'm done with the boss, please. I'm fighting the headset right now.
Oh no.
There we go. There you go. So yeah, that stage was not really much to write home about, but it was a pretty good stage. I think so. All right, time for the sewer level, which has some cool stuff in it. So with the RNG lock, there's actually some stuff that will always happen the same. So if I stop barely on that flower, I actually despawn a crab that was supposed to be in between those two that I just went by. And it also, it also locks bosses patterns as well, which makes the whole run kind of super easy. I'm gonna go for this. Ooh, I got it. Swag strats for you guys, just for you guys. All right, let's see. Get this jump, good. And whoop. There we go. Very nice stage.
Nice.
So the next boss that's coming up now actually has a quick kill. How many in chat thinks I'm gonna get that quick kill? It's gonna be 50-50, I think so. Yeah. Very curious what chat thinks.
I'll think you're gonna get that quick kill.
Ooh. You already have one believer. I will try.
I believe.
Alright, let's see. So these fans right there are my only fans. They are the only fans of me. I think I have some others in chat, but these fans are my biggest fans. Sorry, dumb joke. All right, so yeah, now the boss is coming up very soon, so I need to focus. Not jump onto the thing because I don't have zipper for that one. All right, now I need to focus. Yes, I got it.
Nice.
Oh, that is so good.
Chat was right. Chat was all on your side on that too.
Yeah, they were. All right, time for the last stage, everybody. The best stage. I will say time when we ready for that. All right, so the last stage in this game has the best music ever. It's literally so good. But it's also the hardest stage as well. Because now we have to run left. Oh no. All right. So we're gonna do some simple axe boosts. I'm not NDSui or any other good runner of this. I was able to do one because I got double hit, but yeah, that just shows. I should play this game more. You guys should play this game more. And if you haven't played it, you should definitely play it. Alright. It's fine. Ooh. Okay. Wrong inputs. But that's fine. So now we're getting close to the end already. Where is it? That is so sad. And last boss, here we go. Because of the RNG manipulation, this thing will, well, it was supposed not to hit me, but time.
Nice.
So yeah, that was Chip and Dale. Easy game.
That was a good time too.
Yeah, I'm curious what time I got. I didn't use any time. Ooh, that is 1 second slower than my Heroes TV. Pretty good.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very happy about that.
Chat looks like they're really happy about it as well.
Well, that's really nice. You guys should definitely pick this game up, though.
If they were interested in picking up the game, or the run, where would they go?
They should go to speedrun.com to check out the leaderboard there. We also have a Discord where everybody can join in there, and yeah, if you want to start go straight in, like get a world record, just join us and we'll help you. Just go for it. But we have all kind of help for this game, so yeah, just go on speedrun.com and you'll get everything you need.
If people were interested in, I mean, they really like the run, or they liked you as the runner, where would they go to follow you?
If you guys want to follow me, you can just go to twitch.tv/KaiserKrister. Like, that's where I hang. That is where I go. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I'm just being shy. It's fine.
Well, do you have any other final shout-outs? Any other words you'd like to...
I kind of want to give a huge shout-out to my moderator team and my friends for being so supportive, and everybody else that knows me, and chat as well for wanting to watch this. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Yes, always big shout-outs to chat. Well, don't forget, if you're watching this on YouTube and would like to support our live content, please consider checking out our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/GDQ. And if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe to any Twitch channel of your choice every month for free. Please consider using your Prime Gaming account to subscribe to the GDQ hotfix. And of course, all the information on all of our hotfix shows are going to be available at gamesdonequick.com/hotfix. From there, you can find out more information about submitting your runs to any of our weekly hotfix shows. We're going to take another small break to get ready for our next Disney game, Aladdin. This is a great time for you to get some water, stretch, relax, and prepare for Disney's Aladdin coming up here in just a moment. Welcome back to the Bargain Bin. I'm your host, Midnight Vesper. Just one quick announcement. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, guys, gals, and all around pals, if you all are watching this on YouTube and would like to support our live content, please consider checking out our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/GDQ. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe to any Twitch channel of your choice every month for free. Please consider using your Prime Gaming account to subscribe to the GDQ Twitch channel. And continuing our glorious trend of Disney games, we got Disney's Aladdin on the Super Nintendo with Joe D'Amelio and Kalars. Take it away, you all.
Yes, not to mention the best Disney game, the one for the Super Nintendo. Sorry, Genesis fans.
Aladdin for the Super Nintendo. Is a fun game from the Capcom great era of gaming for the Super Nintendo. It's a pretty short game, and we have Joe, one of the top runners, and that made a wonderful tutorial for anyone who wants to learn the game. And one of the cool facts is that one of the few that uses X as hovering, and that will explain that later on, but I think that whenever you're ready, I can explain stuff while the run is going on.
Yeah, I'm ready to get this going. I'll give it a countdown from 5. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So, everyone, this is Aladdin. Things first, we control Al. The first thing that we want to do is grab the cape, because not only is our main source of movement, but to hover the cape, you actually go the same speed as running. However, as you're seeing, Joe is closing and opening the cape very fast. What actually allows him is to advance a little further every time he opens and closes it. And since his mashing is so amazing, he's actually faster than running. So that's the first stage. And now, as you see, we're going to use the apples. The apples, what allows us is not to defeat the enemies, but we stun them. Whenever an enemy is stunned, we can take advantage of the invincibility frames. Oh, that's a harsh hit. We can take advantage of the iframes to just go through them without having to jump over them, because killing enemies jumping over them, it loses time. Now, in this stage, we are, I didn't mention on the prior level because it was so fast that if you run slopes upwards, you can run slow, so that's why we want to jump. However, if you run downwards, we gain speed, and jumping after that, we gain a massive amount of speed. And Joe, unfortunately, with the 2 unintentional hits, we had to go through the Breath of Shame that's down there. Oh, nice skip. With a series of inputs, we can just insanely fast over that cape and just advance a little further. Okay, that's a apple there. One thing that we need to take care of is our apple count, because apple count is pretty much that route is pretty much optimized. We don't want to miss any apple shot. The ones we are using here to advancing the invincibility frames of this boss. And now we need to take care of these 3 apples for the end of the run. Don't worry, we will get more, but these are the resources we have for now. So that was the stage 1. Pretty much fast, trying to explain everything as quickly as possible. And now we're gonna enter the Cave of Wonders. Here we are gonna, Joe is gonna show a cool mechanic, our good old trusty damage boost, but he did turn around because whenever you take damage, you just go flying through your back. So as soon as we turn around, we just and save a couple seconds, well, a couple frames. And now, oh, nice Scorpion there. Scorpion he just jumped over is pretty much random. That was the perfect spot for the Scorpion to be. Otherwise, I'm not sure about Joe, but for myself, it's just it's pretty finicky how to maneuver over it.
Yeah, it can be tough.
And we just tap over the cape, the carpet, because Abu runs faster. And now for Cave 2, here Joe is gonna do a trick called log skip. Basically, the logs are on a global timer. So if we cape fast enough and our movement is always right, we can basically skip the first cycle. It saves 4 seconds. We can skip the second one, but need to take a damage boost, and it's dependent on the first one. So Joe opted not going for it, which is understandable. And now we're gonna get the best phrase in the game. Abu, no! Abu, don't grab the gem. Riddles! Sadly, that was removed on the remake for the GBA. They changed it. That's so unfortunate. And now, since Abu triggered Age of the Cavern, I go into this volcano thing, and this is wonderful auto-scroller. So we got 2 minutes to explain. Basically, what we want to do now, but misrouted, is that we're gonna grab all the red gems, and this is routed. Oh.
Yeah, funny enough, as you're about to explain, that's actually not as bad as it looks. Because there's actually, there's something that I call like a death route in this game, with the way that RNG works to make it really simple. You actually, if you can't tell, I don't have Abu following anymore. And he actually has control of most of the RNG pretty much when he's moving. It's like random, and that'll change the RNG address values every frame. But once he leaves, those values pretty much get stuck. And there's not much you can do to manipulate those values, except you can take a death, which will specifically reset them to 0. And then what I'll do later on in the run, there's one specific level with a specific Yago that I'll throw an apple at. And once I do that, that'll change it to certain values that I want it to be. And then basically, as long as I don't make contact with any enemies that have any type of RNG value to them, for example, if they have more than one pattern attached, as long as I don't interact with any of them, then I'll be able to do the final 2 boss fights pretty much on a script, since those final 2 fights, they both have different patterns that'll net you a lot of time loss if you don't get the correct one.
Yeah, and actually, this is the stage where you want to take for the manip to work. We take it way, well, a couple, when we had both chests, one next to other, because that's the fastest reset point. You just lose 4 seconds. But the manip actually works from, maybe you have the levels correct, ever since 2-1 until Pyramid, right? That you can take a death and the manip still would work.
Yeah.
So
you have a really wide range of it. That's why when I took that unintentional death, it was pretty much okay, because, you know, instead of losing the 3.5 seconds where you would take the optimal death, I lost like, I don't know, what was that, 10 or 15?
Pretty much. It was a blessing in disguise. And now for the second auto-scroller, we want to stay in that specific spot because the lava will never reach us, and also give us enough time for maneuvering the carpet and don't get hit by the falling rocks. And
I can't tell you how many times I died in that stage casually. Even when I started speedrunning this, I would still die here sometimes. It's so rough.
That's why I have a split on that stage as well. So, okay, now for the fun part, the genie stages.
I need more apples.
First, yes, that's where we're gonna get all the refill for the apples until the end of the run. We throw the last 2 apples there, we hit the pot, we get the apples, and with that amount we have enough to finish the run because we only need a couple to throw, so we should be fine there. And now for this part, it's actually interesting because this pattern is always the same if you have 1 or 2 lives left. If Joe had entered with 0 lives, it would be all clouds, nice skip. You can skip that section. I don't remember how much does it save, but it saves a lot. However, and this is the fun part because I actually did it once, if you enter with 3 lives, pattern is totally different and it's even harder. So I don't recommend entering with 3 lives. Here,
I kind of like how they did that.
It's interesting actually. It rewards you. It gives you a challenge for grabbing lives, and they don't want you to miss to game over that way of 0. So it's pretty interesting. Now this Genie 3. This tongue section is on a global timer as well. So as long as you do the same movement, oh, that's unfortunate. As long as you do the same movement, you didn't lose a lot of time, but that was an unfortunate. It happens when you swing with Aladdin.
Yeah, the hook attacks are really strange in this game. Like the peak of your jump is only in the last few frames of like the peak of your swing, if that makes sense. So
I can
it'd be tricky to time that.
Lisa was here and not on Genie 1. I cannot address how many lives I've lost on the balloons just because I couldn't get the peak of the jump.
I did see there was one question in chat.
I missed it, so if you can tell.
There's been a lot of discussion on the Genesis versus SNES version of this particular game, and the question came up was, what's the what's the difference if there is one between the Genesis and the SNES?
The main difference is that Aladdin in the SNES attacks with an apple and the Genesis attacks with a sword. We are pacifists here, so we prefer apples.
Yeah, the two games are actually a lot different.
And actually, the second main difference is that the SNES one was made by Capcom and the Genesis was made by Virgin. So they were two different developers making the same game or the same title. So that's why the differences. And Joe's now on the detour. The cool detour on the pyramid that never appeared in the movie. Bless Capcom.
All right, this next screen is real tough, so hopefully I get through it.
Yeah, this last pyramid section is like you can go really fast with all the damage boost, but also the window you have for everything is so small because you only have normally you only have 3 hearts left, so you can only take two damages, and you have this guy that throws swords. That's basically, if you don't remember him, you always lose a life there. Let's see. The most important trick in the game. Hell yeah. Sorry. Well done. The moving Aladdin's face, same pattern as Abu. Well done. Validated in my heart. And now another auto-scroller. And this auto-scroller will allow us to explain other core mechanic on the routing. So, if you see on the top right, you see a gem count. Every time that gem count goes to 100, all heart refills, and we get an extra one. So basically, what we want to achieve in this auto-scroller is just not like, oh, okay, I can stretch my hands and go to the toilet, whatever. But is actually you need to get the extra heart. Want to leave with a certain amount to get a last refill before the fight against Jafar. So basically, the goal we want to achieve, if I'm not wrongly mistaken, is between 67 and 73.
Yeah, that's a good
one off.
You can have a little bit less too and technically be fine. Just lose a little bit of time in the Jafar's castle.
Oh yeah, because you would need to pick the red one at the beginning of Castle 3.
Yeah, maybe a few extra in Palaces 1 as well. But you can see here I'm plenty fine.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I believe you will get the refill even before, so that's nice.
Yeah, there's definitely
73 is a pretty much safe spot because that basically ensures the last refill on Palace 3.
Yeah, I pretty much just look for 88 gems after the second stage of this castle. That's when you definitely know you're chilling.
Yeah. Pretty much here now we're gonna use all the last outposts. That one's just to stun the guys so we don't get hit by the swords. And pretty much our cape to victory. Here we're gonna take a damage boost because basically we're gonna shrink this falling platform and we just zip and we're fine. So as soon as we enter the next palace,
Yeah,
I want to kill the first
after
Iago.
here.
I'm just gonna wait until the field shows me, but... Okay, pretty much now we are all set. Iago that Joe killed with the apple is the one we need to kill after triggering the manip. So basically now, unless it's something that
I can
has
tell
an
based
RNG
on these first 2 Yaga patterns, I'll be able to tell if it's good. I'll let y'all know. All right, that one's good, and there shouldn't be a swan here. All right, I'm good. Got the pattern locked in.
Yeah, I believe there is only one pot that could mess up, but like the first one, so you should be fine.
Early
As
refill,
long
but
as
that's no big deal.
Yeah, yeah. That pot that Joe passed by, that when he got the refill, that one has an RNGs, but since we didn't touch it, we're basically fine on that. So we should see the good RNG pattern for Jafar. And beautiful quick kill. I was just gonna just be quiet when it happens.
Done and done.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the quick kill. You jump over the pot. You get enough height to be over Jafar. You just cape open to victory. If you want to be safe, you can do a damage boost over the lining, but always easy. And now the snake fight. 8 hits and GG.
Yeah, time will be once that 8th hit connects.
Yeah, and with the pattern that we locked in, basically the first 4 hits are free, and I would say for intermediate to expert, it's just damage boost all the hits. It's 5.
Oh wow, that was good.
6.
Bam, done.
That was an amazing fight.
Yeah, that was pretty
incredible.
Wow.
Was that a sub 17 still? It'd be pretty cool if it was. Yeah, it was like a 52. Oh, really? I saw like 16:53 on the timer. At least on the 8th hit. Oh, never mind. I'm a little behind. Yeah, it's still really good though.
Yeah, that's great.
A low 17 is like really, really good.
Yeah. So if anyone saw this run and they wanted to learn more about it, or possibly they looked at this and said, I may be able to run this. I want to push myself and learn this. Where would they go?
You can actually go right on the guide section of speedrun.com for this game. I made a series of beginner/intermediate tutorial videos for this game that you can get started on. Apparently, it's done good for a number of people. I've heard a couple of people get to the 17-minute range with it. So,
I can confirm. I watched the guide and I have a sub 17. I can confirm that theory. But also on the speedrun.com Aladdin page, we also have the link to the Discord that if anyone wants to join and ask questions, there is always someone that will answer. All friendly there, so it's a nice place to chill.
Yeah, it's a real nice, easy, fun game to speedrun. I remember when I first got into it, I was pretty addicted, so I would very highly recommend this game to anybody, especially if you're starting to get into speedrunning and trying to figure out what you want to do.
You can pretty much get a sub 20 mark really easy with beginner strats.
Yeah, it's a very nice, consistent platformer.
Any particular shout-outs you'd like to have?
Pretty much all of the Aladdin community and the Hulk for always being right-hand man in this game. He's the main guy. That's pretty much been the overlord of this game for I don't know how many years now, but
yeah, the guy that got the perfect 16 OX. Like, yeah, I do not have to add that. Shout out to all the Aladdin community and to the Hulk.
And to Cloris for doing this commentary for me.
Thanks to you for inviting. Always a pleasure.
Of course. Always good to see some great runs. Any final thoughts, comments?
I don't think so. For me, I just want to thank GDQ for reaching out to the Aladdin community to have someone do a run here. Appreciate you guys as always.
Yeah. Thanks for asking, and to be able to showcase this amazing game on GDQ.
Well, thank you both so much for showcasing this game. It's always fun to see Aladdin.
And we got the Lion King after this, don't we?
Yes, the Lion King's coming up right after.
The Lion.
What a follow-up.
That another game that I was never able to beat as a kid.
Same.
And that sentiment that, oh, I never beat it as a kid, and then get to watch speedruns and be like, really, that's how they did? And it always blows my mind.
And I never beat it as a kid, and maybe never beat it as an adult either.
Same. Well, speaking of things that, in that speedrunning realm where you're just jaw-dropping the whole time, Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online. It's going to be July 4th through the 11th of this year. Game submissions open March 31st until April 11th. So be sure to prep your submissions if you'd like to be a part of Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online from the comfort of your own home. Go to gamesdonequick.com for more info. And of course, your subs, gift subs, Amazon Prime subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support our weekly hotfix content. Thank you all so much for supporting our shows. We're going to take another small break where we get things set for The Lion King. This is a great time to get up, stretch, hydrate, do whatever you fancy. I'm hyped for The Lion King, so stay tuned.
Take care, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Have a great night and keep enjoying the show.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Bargain Bin, show about speedrunning games all under $20. I was also told that I could say this was the pre-speedruns from the Crypt, Midnight Vesper, and I will be your host. Just a couple quick announcements. Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online is July 4th through the 11th. Game submissions are open March 31st until April 11th. Be sure to prep your speedruns if you'd like to be a part of Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online to support from the comfort of your own home. And if you're interested in volunteering for Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online, volunteer submissions will be opening soon. Check gamesdonequick.com for more information on the dates. And now we have The Lion King with Nicole.
Hello. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I am fantastic.
I am glad to hear that.
I was told that we could preface this into what's coming up afterwards.
Yeah, so I am Nicole Goodnight. This is The Lion King. And we joked about this being kind of the pre-show for the horror block because if some of you may know, I actually work in horror. So I work in horror. I run a super cute Disney game, but you know, it's a good place for me to be at right before where I work. And that is what that's all about. So I think it's really, really cool to be able to go right before that section. This is The Lion King, of course. It is on the SNES. There is also a Genesis version that was released at the same time. Minor differences, but we're going to be doing this version. It was released in 1994, pretty much directly alongside the movie. A lot of things pertaining to the swiftness of its release are going to come up in the run because a lot of this game was super rushed, or some things were just added last minute. But regardless, it's a super, super fun game to learn, and I really hope that I can show you a bunch of cool things that you can do with it, and you know, we're just here to have a good time, basically. So we are going to go when I hit start. So I'm going to count down from 5, and then we're going to be off. And it is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It starts. So immediately this level is already jumping into kind of the technical difficulties that you're going to have when playing The Lion King, because there's a lot of different jumps you can do. Right here I'm going to take damage, and that's so I can jump through here and hit a bug and then go here. If you hold up and left onto there, you can actually get a pretty pixel precise jump onto that ledge. I'm going to show it to you twice, not because I fell, I promise. It's because I fell. But yeah, basically this level is just knowing where to jump, which enemies to avoid, which way to go up these rooftops, and falling over here. You're going to let this hyena jump. You're going to do a jump yourself. One hit, he's dead. Tiny little jump to this ledge, and that is going to skip the first cutscene of the game. It's the only skippable cutscene. Now this level is the one that they added in its last minute. Give me 1 second. All right, so that part's pretty difficult. There's timing to it, and if you stay on the draft head for too long, they're going to tip back and knock you right off. That's kind of a pain in the butt because you land in the water and you have to start over. Good thing is it's the beginning of the game, so it's not a huge deal. From there, you have to know which monkeys to roar at, in which order, and that can get a little complicated coming up. A lot of people got stuck on this level. I'm actually included in those people. Now, some people might not know that this level was added exactly to do that, to get you stuck. This was back, of course, when Blockbuster was big and video game rentals were large, and they did not want you to beat this in just one rental period, so they added this level in. And this part's another part that's a little bit tough. You have to swing over, hop on this ear, and now you're across. Now, I did skip a little bit of that section by hopping on the ear. Now we're back to the jumping and ducking section. Now, this time we do not have the handy guide arrows. This is the part that got me as a kid. I had zero clue what up meant. I had no idea. I did eventually figure it out, for the record, but it took a little while. And luckily for me, this part never changes, or else I might be in big trouble. We have one more double jump, one more jump, and then we're on to the next section of monkeys. So we're already almost done with this level. And here we go. Something you might not notice as well is each time I hit a giraffe, I'm actually doing a certain input to make sure that I don't roll down his neck. Rolling down his neck only adds about a half a second to a second, but it all does add up. So you'll see me kind of jump off the neck, and that's exactly why there's an input being done. This is another part that tripped me up as a kid, because Simba's got some kind of wonky jumps, but you know, we can get across there pretty easily now. Then we do one more jump on the rhino, no roaring. If we roared at that pink monkey, he would throw us across, up, and down. So this whole level was a matter of figuring out which to roar at, which one. It's trial and error, basically. Luckily, again, this is another pattern that doesn't ever change. So now I'm going to fall onto this ledge, which is actually a lot tougher than it looks. If you fall onto the ground, you will splat. What that means is Simba will kind of fall down on all fours, and it wastes about a second to a second and a half, roughly. So we do try to avoid that. Now I'm going to hold right at the end of this again, and we're going to be on to the next level, which is arguably one of my favorite levels. Also, a lot of the information in this is super, super rapid fire because this game goes by quick, so I apologize. I went over to the right so those two would stack so I could kill them in one hit, and then go on my way. Now we're going to go through the rest of the level, and the big thing about this level is making sure that you're avoiding most of the enemies. You don't want to jump on anything, you want to try to jump over it. So this bird, want to jump over it. This bird, ideally you want to roll through it, and you jump over this bird and we're good. This part coming up can trip people up a lot, me included, and it's not even that bad, but if you miss this, it wastes about 5 to 6 seconds. Now when that bird attacks, he can actually send you down the bones instead of letting you jump. And then you have to go through a longer section, again, 5 or 6 seconds added on. Otherwise, it's a big, big time save. Now going up these geysers is another thing that's got a lot to do with timing, then going across these bones, all of this is timing. So to not hit any of those hyenas is actually something that doesn't happen very often to me. It's really, really precise, so I'm really, really glad that I got to show that off because it's super cool to see that done. That was actually 2 hyenas. Surprise, you would never know because I did a tiny little jump at the bottom of this pit when I landed to stack them into 1. Then we wait just about 2 seconds, jump, and we are already on to the next level. Now this level is, of course, the most difficult level of the entire run. And by that, I'm absolutely kidding. There's a pixel you can stand on where you don't get hit at all. Well, my apologies. You get hit, but you'll never die. Here's actually a big part that's different from the Genesis version. So the Genesis version does have this pixel. You can stand in this exact same spot. You'll take the same exact hits. However, in the Genesis version, each wildebeest takes half of your health instead of 1 pip, which, as you can imagine, getting hit by 2 will kill you. So thankfully in this version, I can just hang out here, which is really cool because it gives me a chance to kind of tell you what's coming up. Now, the estimate I gave for this game is 15 minutes, and my PB is under 13. The next level is exactly why that estimate is a couple minutes higher than even anywhere near the PB. And that's because the next level is kind of the only one that has a lot to do with RNG. There's going to be boulders falling from the sky, and there's going to be boulders that I have to run from. Now, the boulders falling from the sky, not too bad. They hit you, you take 1 life, you move, you live. If they hit you while you're running from a boulder that's chasing you, however, it is an instant death. It is absolutely unavoidable. There's one section where you can kind of try to avoid it, but it's not a guarantee. There's also 2 clips in here that are very, very precise. One of them is very important to the run, the other one not so much. We're gonna go for the second one depending on the life I have after the first. That first boulder I always like getting hit by because that almost guarantees that I'm not gonna get hit on this run. Now this is the run where if I get hit by a falling boulder, I will die immediately, and thankfully we did not get that. And the one coming up is also another running boulder section. If I get hit, it's gonna suck, but it's not gonna be a big deal. We're coming up to the first skip. All right. There we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a safety save here, which I don't typically do, but going through this level again is kind of rough, and there's still, even though we're right at the end, a couple places that can still get me. So we're gonna cross our fingers and hope. And we are out. Very, very closer than I would like, but we are out. That brings us to Hakuna Matata, which has not 1 but 2 bosses, and you might think, well, I played this game. The only boss in this game, or this level rather, is the monkey. Well, I count the waterfall as its own entity because it is super, super difficulty. So we're going to go see that soon. If you fall down the waterfall a certain way, the logs always line up in the same pattern, which is great because you have to go up them in a certain way to get there kind of the fastest, and I'll show you one of those ways. Going to be a little quiet for that part, so give me just a second. All right, we're up. So that was Fast Waterfall. There is one version that's slightly faster, but the inputs are a little wonky for me, so I don't do that. It's about half a second faster, and it involves horizontal jumping, which can be a little finicky. Now, this monkey is a big pain in the butt. I'm gonna make him look a lot easier than he is, but I promise you he can slap me right off the screen. The whole thing with him is you wanna try to stay in front of him before he knocks you, again, off the screen. So as long as I jump before he starts throwing the coconuts, we are good. And actually, it's pretty solid monkey. There's a damage boost up a ledge there that really helps, because if you don't get that, he's gonna start throwing coconuts no matter what. You can sometimes avoid getting hit by them, but sometimes you have to take that hit. Now, however, we are adult Simba. We have learned things like flipping and swiping and double swiping, which is very important in this level. So this level is one of the most technically difficult ones, in my opinion. And that's because there's probably about 5 or 6 ledges where you have to double swipe in order not to hang. We've already done one of them, you wouldn't even know, but that double swipe was actually a really difficult one for me to get. Each time you save a ledge hang, so each time you double swipe and actually successfully get it, you save about 2 seconds. So there is just a lot of time to be saved in this level just by skipping ledge skips. And we actually already had 2 of them that were skipped. Coming up is going to be a couple more. Well, we didn't get that one, but that's all right. Each one is done a little differently too, so that's another fun thing about this game. Now that cheetah we killed, we didn't really have to. However, because this game is programmed absolutely phenomenally, if you roar at that cheetah up there while the one below it is still alive, sometimes it'll think that you roared at the cheetah below it. Who knows why? It doesn't make any sense. We're coming up to one more super technical part. 1 ledge skip, 2 ledge skip, 3 ledge skip. Oh. And then this is probably the hardest skip in this level. This is called boulder skip. There we go. So Simba was being a little bit of a bowl of soup there, but we got it. That one requires you to swipe twice, once right, once left, while hitting the directional pad a certain way. It's a thing. But we got through it, and now we are on to one of my least favorite levels as a kid. The reason for that is there are going to be lava that falls, stalactites, stalagmites, a maze, cheetahs, hyenas. It's a whole thing. The secret here is that you can skip the whole level. And now we're on the auto-scroller. So this part, all I have to do is avoid the rocks, and we will be good to go. And this part's pretty fun too, because even though all I'm doing is avoiding rocks and it seems pretty easy, there is still something that can instant kill me. At some point in the auto-scroller, there's going to be rocks that fall from the sky to block off these lava geysers. If one of those hits me, I am dead. Now, pretty much every single Lion King runner will tell you that at some point in their run history, they got a little excited and they jumped a little too soon and they got hit by that and killed a good run. It's super unfortunate when it happens, but it's going to happen. So if you ever pick up this game and that happens, it will. So from here on out, all we really have to do is hop between these two and not get hit by the falling rocks. To do that, I'm making sure that my little front paws are right behind the rock that I'm standing on. So you'll see that they're covered up. That means that I'm not going to get hit by the rocks that are falling. It's a pretty flawless method to do it. Now, we're actually 8 out of 10 levels down. We only have 2 left. The next one's going to be a beat 'em up because this is the Lion King. And then we're going to be on the final level. So it's a lot of fun. It's a pretty quick game, but there's a lot that goes into it. Now, this level, the big thing about it is there's going to be a lot of hyenas, and it is a maze. You cannot exit the maze until you kill the hyena. So you want to make sure that you kill the hyena in 5 swipes. That means 1 attack, but it's actually 5. So it looks like one swift attack, and you'll know because you'll hear all 5 swipes go off, and he'll die. If you don't do that, you'll get pushed back and you'll have to attack him again. Not a huge time waster, but you ideally want to get everything killed in 5 swipes. This is called a 3 stack. You'll see I stand here to stack them all at once, and we're going to get a 3 hyena special. This section's a little annoying. You have to kill him, quickly jump, turn your body, and swipe him out. And then we go here. This is another one that's time is very of the essence. If you don't get up here as quickly as possible, this hyena will jump off the ledge. If it jumps off the ledge, you have to chase it, and you can imagine what type of time that would waste. This is going to be another 3 stack. All right, now we're on to Scar. I'm going to be attempting 2 Scar skips. The first one is coming up immediately. If you've played this game, you know usually you have to watch Scar walk off screen. What we just did was killed him off screen to skip that animation. Now you also know that fire comes down a lot in this level. What I'm doing is jumping on very specific portions of the platforms to kind of try to avoid that. So we've already avoided 1 fire coming down. We're about to avoid another right there. So jumping on the left side of that platform avoids it. Here's the second Scar skip. Flawless. Now I have to do a tiny jump as well because Scar Skip does make it so that I get a weird little bug where an imaginary ceiling comes in place. Who knows why? This jump's a little annoying too. Ooh, okay, so I might die, but you know, we're having fun. Yeah, it's a little spicier than I would like. Oh, that's time. All right, that was terrifying.
Wow, nice.
Oh my goodness, I was shaking. That is super, super spicier than I would have liked it to be. But yeah, that is the Lion King. It's a really fun run to learn. There's a lot that goes into it, but there's a really nice guide that one of the community members wrote. So I really love this game. It was my first speedrun game, and it's always going to have a super special place in my heart. So I'm really happy that I could show it off and show you all the cool tricks that you can do in it and how you can kind of break the game.
What a good starting speed game too.
It's really, really fun. I highly recommend it. If you're looking to get into a game, you like Disney, you love The Lion King, try it. I mean, my first time ever when I first started this game, my first PB was 45 minutes. So there's just so much you can do and so much to improve. And it feels really good to finally get it down. And once you hit that sub 13, it's an amazing feeling, as I can imagine with any speedrun game, but it's so great. And it's such a fun, beautiful game too. It's gorgeous. So yeah, I really just recommend this game a lot. I mean, there's a lot of wonky things with it, but it's wonderful.
And you mentioned there was a guide.
Yeah,
correct?
there is a guide. It's linked on the speedrun.com forums, I believe. If not, the Lion King Discord has it. But it was written by one of the members that I believe they're third place. And it's the guide that everyone goes to, no matter which version you run. Things are going to be a little different for Genesis, but most of the things that you can do in the SNES version, you can also do in that one. So with the exception of some tricks, it's a really good starter guide for both versions. It's really great.
And you also mentioned the Discord as well. If someone was interested in picking up the speedrun and they wanted to go to the Discord for advice, suggestions, where would the Discord be located at?
So if you go look for the Lion King on the forums of speedrun.com, it is linked in there. But also, if for any reason that link doesn't work, feel free to reach out to me, however, Twitch, Twitter, whatever you want. Just let me know that you're trying to get into the Lion King Discord if you can't get in from the forums, and I will absolutely shoot you a link. It's a really, really nice community. They're really sweet there.
And since you just mentioned it, you said if anyone was interested in following you on Twitch, where would they do so?
If you want to follow me on Twitch, I am at Nicole Goodnight. It's all one word. Nicole does have a tricky H in it, but I am located there.
Any other final remarks?
Just that, again, I'm really super stoked that the horror block is right after this. I'm really excited for it. I hope all of you that were here for Bargain Bin stick around for that. It's going to be a really great time. There's a couple people in my stream team, the Clock Tower, that are going to be running, and I am so excited to see them, just absolutely destroy their runs.
I always enjoy it as well. And just a quick announcement before we go ahead and transition into that. Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online is going to be July 4th through the 11th. Game submissions are open March 31st until April the 11th. Be sure to prep your submissions if you'd like to be a part of Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online from the comfort of your own home. Go to gamesdonequick.com for more information. And tomorrow, we have the first step with Dark Souls Remastered, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to take a small little break while we go ahead and switch the shows from the Bargain Bin to Speedruns from the Crypt. So go ahead. This would be a good time to get some water, stretch your legs, go for a nice little jog. Stretch would be good. And get ready for some spoopy games coming up here at the top of the hour. Thank you all so much, and we will see you later.